Hello there, everyone from the Phoenix Convention Center. We are back at Phoenix Fan Fusion for the first time since 2019. Obviously, the pandemic took away a good chunk of time, and then last year conflicted with our obligations at Star Wars Celebration. So excited to be back. It's always been one of our favorite conventions. It is packed with programming. I think there's something like over 800 offerings when you combine like escape rooms, cosplay contests, panels of all sorts. Lots of great shopping. Great guest list. Tons of people from Star Trek, DC, Marvel, etc. So we're going to take you around this weekend, show you some of the fun cosplay, some of the great sights on the floor, and just kind of give you a feel for all that Phoenix Fan Fusion 2023 has to offer. Join us. It's about 15 minutes from opening on day one. While we're waiting, let's go check out that Indiana Jones exhibit. All right, so this is a fun offering on the floor here. It's called It Belongs in a Museum, Artifacts of Adventure, and it's all sorts of fun props, memorabilia, etc. to go along with Indiana Jones and celebrating its history. It's just kind of a fun bonus add-on here in the lobby. This is something fun to do at any hour of the day that it's open, which precedes the floor opening, which is really nice. So as we're waiting for the floor to open, we are going to check out some fun indie stuff. Since our 2019 visit here, the Hall of Heroes has been kind of condensed and added into the main floor. So we've got the autograph and photo op area has come onto the main exhibit hall floor from the third floor. And also with that, the big cosplay area and all the Lego build and stuff. So we'll show you a little bit about that. It's definitely been condensed down and taking up some of the exhibit hall space, but we are excited to check it out with you anyway.
You'll make a decent bounty hunter. Step forward.
One of the great things with Phoenix Fan Fusion is there's so much to do in the after hours. So the exhibit hall's closed, but at night you've got things like the free arcade area, you've got club scenes, you've got gaming, you've got the Star Trek mixer with Walter Koenig. There's just non-stop things to do late into the hours.
hard to see down.
Corner, corner.
Been putting me up right here.
It takes a long time.
Hold on, I gotta get a close-up video now.
All right, the autograph area is a big part of the experience here at Phoenix Fan Fest. I feel like particularly this year, a callback to cons of the past with some really, really great talent. We got Katie Sackhoff over here, Bryce Papenbrook, Paul Bettany's off to the corner there. We'll show you, we did some flash autograph signings with Grant Gustin and Tom Cavanaugh, which is two people we've been seeking for a long time. Walter Koenig's over here, Ashley Eckstein, Alan Richardson, Stephen Amell with big line over here as well, William Shatner, all sorts of big media guests this weekend. Anson Mount, James Arnold Taylor, which also meant a lot of great panels. They did not allow any video in the big panel rooms, so we obeyed those rules, so you can't share any of those snippets. But it was fun getting to check out some of these big stars there.
There you go.
The comic creator section of Phoenix Fan Fusion this year is packed with great guests. You've got Mark Waid, J. Michael Straczynski, David Finch, Alan Davis, Klaus Janson, Babs Tarr, so many great talent. Tom King, Mitch Jarrett, it just goes on and on and on. So definitely a highlight of the con for us has been just checking out these creators, buying some prints, getting some comics signed, and taking all of that in.
Characters than to archetype first. Yes, I will. Yeah, no, we have.
Wrapping up at Phoenix Fan Fusion. We're actually recording this in the room, obviously not normally in the car that we normally do. A little bit cooler, a little bit easier to gather things up here. So a big part of the weekend for us in terms of comics was like $1 and $2 bins. No big sales really on comics. some fun things, but not if you followed along with us the last few weeks. We've had some like amazing adventures and like quarter bins and 50-cent bins and 10-cent bins and all sorts of stuff. But just some, you know, filling in some holes, some Micronauts, some amazing Spider-Man. Still some books I was glad to find and pick up, but not anything, you know, huge on that front. Just a few random books that were fun. In general, didn't see a ton of deals at Phoenix, and as much as we love Phoenix Fan Fusion, it totally is one of my favorite shows. Haven't been big on finding like big sales or big discounts there. It's just not been part of our experiences at the show very much. Picked up a few books outside of those cheap bins. First Captain Universe, Micronauts, 15 bucks there. Dinged up copy, obviously, as is most of our books. Pick out that one. An X-Men 119, 20 bucks. Fantastic Four 71 at 30. Venom Lethal Protector. Should have picked this up years ago when it was a lot cheaper, but picked one up for 30 bucks. To finally get that out of the way. And then Green Lantern number 12. This is probably my favorite pickup of the weekend. Love Green Lantern. Love those early issues. Obviously a 12-cent copy there for $30 as well. So some good stuff there. Now on the signing front, there's a number of comic guests there. Most we've gotten at other experiences, and for me, I don't really need to do like multiple visits. I mean, someone like Scott Snyder, I probably have, you know, gotten to sign things 3 or 4 different times. Jim Lee, back in the day, Stan Lee. But for the most part, I'm happy just once and done in most cases. And so this time it was some creators that we've not seen in person before. One of them being Bob Hall, who for me is a big deal because West Coast Avengers growing up was like everything. And so having him sign number 1, and you can see also bought a print for him. These are 20 bucks, but he had printed out himself, and so got one of those as well. And then an old supervillain team up as well. Love that Red Skull, Doom, Cap picture there. I'm sorry, cover there. Alan Davis, I don't recall ever seeing him at a con. I'm sure he's been at San Diego's and we just haven't seen him where he was signing or whatever, but got him to sign. Really loving the Avengers War Across Time from Paul Levitz and Davis recently. Got him to sign that. An Uncanny X-Men, obviously Batman and the Outsiders, and another War Across Time Avengers there. Super nice guy all the way around. Klaus Janson, an old Defenders issue, as well as a Moon Knight number 7. We had Sienkiewicz sign this back in the day at San Diego Comic Fest and added him as the inker there. So some fun meets, quick encounters, all very nice people. A big part of our weekend, though, was wrapping up this poster. I shouldn't say wrapping up. We really need Jesse L. Martin as well. He's kind of the big name missing. But getting Tom Cavanaugh, Reverse Flash, and Grant Gustin as the Flash were 2 key ones. We got this poster for free in 2015 as part of a WonderCon win for a lottery. And Candace Patton, Daniel Panabaker, Carlos, they all signed it there, as well as Kreisberg and Berlanti and stuff. And so we picked up a few others, Teddy Shears, John Wesley Shipp, etc., Tony Todd at various spots over the years. But this was the first time we've seen Grant Gustin or Tom Cavanaugh at a show that we were at. So now finally it can stop bothering me that this poster was missing the Flash and the Reverse Flash on it. So glad to get that one wrapped up as well. All in all, we had such a good time at the show. It felt so good to be back. It's one of those things that since the pandemic, it's really felt like there was something missing as we've, you know, been to a couple San Diegos, and we've been to Star Wars Celebration and D23. We got all our shows back, but it kept bothering me that we hadn't gotten a Phoenix back, because in 2019, we weren't able to be, in 2022, we weren't able to be there because it did conflict with Star Wars Celebration. So glad to get back. The 3 days were filled with panels, like signings, going through bins, it was nonstop, around the clock fun. They have so much great stuff going on there, so really glad to have it back and cannot wait to get back out here in 2024. It's coming back to Memorial Day in 2024, so not quite as good of a calendar date for me personally, but I think we'll be able to pull it off. We'll see. So hopefully we'll be back to you next year for more from Phoenix, and we'll have a lot more convention talk in the days, weeks, and months ahead as we continue our convention circuit. We've got Anime Expo coming up right around the corner, and of course San Diego Comic-Con, and a lot of videos to go with that, so we hope you'll follow along with us. So that said, wrap it up here in Phoenix. Until next time, we'll see you in line somewhere.